All right, welcome back. If you're new, welcome too. If you can't tell, I'm in a new area, new space. I'm in my room now. I was filming in my attic for a time, but sound traveled too much and too loudly up there, and I like to record in privacy. Besides, some of my siblings would hang out up there, and you could hear them in the background sometimes. Either that or I'd have to tell them to keep quiet. So I moved to my room. I am working at my writing desk. Maybe I can show you a short clip on the screen, if that's even possible. We'll see if I can do that. But yeah, so before we get started, I am going to show you guys some new things I've got for Christmas. This is one of them. It is a set of Ohuhu markers, but not just any. They are the skin tone set. I also received this, and you may be thinking, dude, that's not an art supply. Maybe the bag isn't. Well, actually, I guess it kind of is. You see, it is a watercolor travel case thing. I'm gonna set it out like this so you guys can see the whole thing. We have a travel watercolor palette. This cute little brush is like absolutely tiny. I know it's blurry. I turned my camera off autofocus. Yeah. Ooh, shiny. Anyway, I turned my camera off autofocus, and now I have to manually adjust it if I want to show something extremely up close, like my hand, which you don't want to see. Okay, came with this. It's just a paper with watercolor dots on, so I can sample them. This paper, and of course the main compartment. The coolest part, this holds water. There are two of them, so you fill them with water, you can put them in here, and you travel with them. And then these, which are a little trickier to get out, are cups. Collapsible cups. Cute size too. Just gotta be careful when you fill them with water. Make sure they don't fall down. So I like to use this in a video sometime, but you see it is so cold outside and there's snow everywhere. So I probably have to use it when the weather gets nice, which won't be till spring probably, because it is going to be a long winter where I am. So I like to take this out and paint plein air. That's what they call it, I think. Take it to the park. So yeah. And okay, I have another thing. Well, this isn't an art supply. It's close enough. I mean, it's stationery. I have this paper. I wonder if I can show you what it actually looks like. Well, obviously it's vintage, and there's a faint map imprint on it. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got North America, South America, Africa, and then it came with a huge stack of these beautiful envelopes. I do have one more thing, and while it's not, now this really isn't an art supply, but it's the last thing, so I'll just show you. You probably may already be able to guess what it is, but it's a brass compass. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's vintage. I love it. All right, we're just gonna get started. So I wanted to sketch, draw, whatever, do anything artsy. I don't know, just draw something. And I had an idea a while back. That's kind of unrelated. A while back, when I was doing the 12 drawings of Christmas that Sketch by Sketch made, I came across one of the prompts, and I thought I'd like to design a character, a princess specifically, or someone, based off of the prompt snowflake. I commented on one of her videos about her doing the same thing, because I wanted to see her do something like that. I just never said that I was gonna do a video on it as well, so Please understand I'm not trying to copy anyone, but you know, I'll still have her video linked below because I love it. I actually just watched it today, just before doing this. But I'm gonna be using this book. I picked it up at a thrift store years ago, and it's got all 1830s fashion in it, which I will be using as inspiration for designs. I kind of have a specific idea. My favorite dress has always been, and probably always will be, this one. Yeah, that one. If I'm gonna find, I kind of want a ball gown, so I'm gonna find the ball gown. Here we are. Maybe these aren't exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, these look extremely fancy, and this one has a lot of tassels. I'm gonna keep going. Here we are. So we can see that the dresses are very big, voluminous. Lots of lace, lots of embroidery, it looks like. And this is gonna be snowflake themed. We'll see if we can do this. We'll start here. Yeah. Before we continue, I'd like to show you guys all of the prompts that I did. So we have day 1, Christmas sweater. Day 2 is cookies. Day 3, shopping. Day 4 is bow. Day 5 is candy cane. I tried to keep them really simple. I was trying to ease myself into this new sketchbook because generally when I start a new one, I'm like, at least make the first few pages like nice. Because once I get to the middle, I'm just like, okay, let's just finish this thing. I don't care. But I was trying to go very simple, hence the very simplistic style and cartoony look, because generally my style isn't as cartoony. I like that. Day 7. Okay, I actually switched these up. 6 is snowflake, and 7 is pajamas. Christmas pajamas specifically. I always want to say specifically. It sounds like something my little brothers would say. Day 8 is hot cocoa. I'm going to show a close-up of this without it being too blurry. Okay. Day 9 was ornament. Day 10 was reindeer. I threw in an extra character because, yeah, whatever. Just seemed right. And then we have day 11, which is present. I was originally going to draw someone holding a present up to their ear, shaking it. But I ended up going with this. Anyway, day 12. Christmas lights. Yay! This one's a little more rough than the rest. Actually, this outfit is what I wore on Christmas Eve. It's my Christmas Eve outfit. The hair is not what I wore, sadly. If I could get my hair to look like that, I totally would wear my hair like that. But my hair is a difficult mess to work with. But we're not going to talk about that. Alright, where's my stuff? You know what? I might... Oh my goodness. I'm like all over the place. I forgot my sharpener. Should have come prepared. Sharp. Artists are dangerous, people. Artists are dangerous. That was a joke. Completely depends on the person. I'm gonna find some inspiration because I could really use some inspiration. Even though I kind of already have inspiration. Ooh. Come on. Right on. Right on. Like, perfect. We're just gonna start before this video gets to be way too long. Okay, I have wanted to put this in a video for a very long time. This is a letter I got a while back. Yes, I'm covering up my address, but it's from Drawing with Waffles because I sent her something a while back, some art. I designed a character based off of her. And she redrew it in a video and sent it to me. So this is her art. It's just, I think it's so absolutely special that I have this from her. I'm gonna keep it safe. Yes, very safe. But if you want to see a video where I kind of recreate this character, or draw it in my style again, because I don't think I've ever drawn her on here before, and it's been a long time. And yeah, I haven't drawn this outfit in a while either, so I remember designing it and really liking the way it turned out, so I kind of just want to draw it again. So if you guys want to see that, please let me know, because I would love to do this. In fact, it'd be a great way to try out my new skin tone Oohoo markers. Like, come on. If any of you new YouTube artists out there, or just artists in general, find that you aren't liking the way your art is turning out, I have a good challenge for you, and that is to set a timer of 10 minutes. Or it doesn't even have to be 10 minutes. Try to draw a quick sketch or a quick drawing. Okay? Use a reference. I don't care. References help. Just make it quick. Don't make it too long. Maybe 10 minutes. You can set a timer for yourself if you'd like. And then when you're done, take the same drawing or a new one. Again, I don't care. Makes no difference to me. And set a timer for 30 minutes or an hour. And then draw it again. Okay? And I want you to compare the two. And when you do spend the longer time, I want you to take your time. Okay? Just go slowly. Okay? Enjoy the process. Enjoy every stroke you make. And here's a good tip. Don't press hard in the paper. It'll make you want to finish faster. It will make the drawing stiff in the end. I suggest going slow and focus on shape language. As you can see here, I'm not really focusing on much detail or anything. I'm mostly focusing on shape and getting the shapes down slowly before I even go in to work on anatomy. Anatomy isn't everything, guys. We'll do my character and Mariah's hairstyle, her new one. Is it pointed in the back? Curved? I don't know. If we're doing this based off of a snowflake, we gotta add some kind of like snowflake inspired stuff here. So we're just gonna first throw down some quick ideas. Some of them have like a belt like thing going around it. Could use that to our advantage, I don't know. Alright. We'll probably have to call it good for this one. I do think because this is vintage, it would look neat on like my wall or something. But like if I did it in not colored pencil, if I did it in graphite on different paper, because I have sketchbooks that are specifically for art that I might hang or display or make prints of. And I feel like this style with the dress would look really pretty done in that style, and then put in a vintage frame on my wall, because my room is very vintage themed. Forgot it needs more, I don't know, like creases. Yeah, there's another word for it. Wrinkles, whatever. I feel like I've lost the word. Folds. Yes, folds. It needs more folds in it. There we go. Now it looks a little more like it should. I'm going to darken the bottom and put a little shadow under it so she looks more grounded. Here's another one. There we go. We're going to try and do that one now. Generally, I would draw someone facing the other way now just to contrast this one. I could flip it, but I'm going to keep it as it is. Shoulder, it looks kind of off. Alright, the bodice. I don't know what to do with the bodice for now. I am assuming I'm still gonna have the drapey thing around the shoulders like that because I've noticed all of them that I'm looking at have it. All of these. Kind of just taking inspiration off of those. Specifically party or ball gowns, dresses. We're gonna make it a little bigger. I just don't want it to be like huge in like a, I don't know, weird kind of way. All right. Something that this one has, which this one shouldn't have, is the bodice is kind of straight cut around like this, when in that time period it looks like all of them are cut more like this. The style kind of reminds me of the dresses from Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Where, I don't know if any of you have seen that movie, but it's a really good movie. It's funny. I think we kind of lost the whole snowflake idea. Yeah. I'm not really seeing much snowflake inspired anything in this dress, but we'll still do what we can do to kind of keep it in that way. I don't know. The main thing I'm really liking about these dresses is the shape and the detail, but when you look at them from far away, like you guys probably won't get as much clarity as I am seeing, but it's mostly the shape I find that is really attracting me to the style. The shape of the dresses, the cut, the seams, not so much the itsy bitsy details. You could try and do a shawl, focus on that. I'd like to have at least one of these colored, or I could draw in a different sketchbook and use markers. I might do that. My favorite part about these dresses is just how big they are, I think. There's just something about them. Okay. If I'm doing something that I want to frame, the most important thing, I don't care about this as much when I'm working my sketchbook, but one of the most important things is cropping. Because when you're doing a masterpiece or an art piece in masterpiece format is what I call it, or finished format, the paper itself is a part of the masterpiece, and I'm not just talking about as something that you draw on. It is what's going to crop your piece. It is a part of the work itself, and it's going to be framed with it. Like in a sketchbook, it's mostly just the drawings. But with these things, it's a little more finagly and trying to get things centered so it looks better. Alright everyone, so I've got my supplies out. Instead of coloring it with colors, I'm going to be using grayscale markers. I picked these up sometime this year, I think, or last year maybe. They are grayscale markers, and I want to use them instead to get like a grayscale vintage look here. Here, start with the lightest color. I want it to look nice and soft, like silk, because these dresses, I think most of them, especially the party ones, are all silk. I don't want it to be too shiny, otherwise it might look satiny, and I don't think any of these dresses are satin. I don't think they have that in this era. The reason I don't want to color all areas of the picture in with some kind of gray is because I feel like it would easily lose its contrast if I colored in every little bit with some kind of gray. Then I'd have to go in with like even darker colors for the darker values, and I'd like this to be the darkest value. I feel like these colors are very inaccurate. I kind of want to swatch them. I'm going to go ahead and swatch them. Alrighty, I'll use that as a reference sheet. Cool Gray 4. I don't want a whole lot of shading, just contrast. And I'm going to go in with this now and line it. Now, the jelly roll. There we go. I kind of like the way that looks. Now I'm going to sign it. December 28th. I think me likes it. Maybe I should put some snowflakes next to it just to kind of show it's supposed to be snowflake themed. I don't know. We could probably call it good for now. I'm going to frame this, take it out and frame it on my wall, and I will have a video or picture up on the screen of that. Let's see, we're going to look back at what we did. I did end up drawing more and filling the rest of the spread. I felt it was only right that I do so. Kind of keep the theme going. I did all of this yesterday. I had lots of fun with it. Oh boy. Yeah. So here is the one from the sketchbook, and here is the finished one on here. I prefer the shape of the skirt here than in this one, but you know, it's still all worked out. I generally just like my rough sketches better than my finished ones anyway. So yeah, what I'd really like is to scan this and get it on a bigger piece of paper and frame this on my wall. That would be kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I want to thank you all for coming along with me as I drew, and see you all in my next video. Bye bye.